What do the Jacksonville Jaguars have to do to leave Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with a win, knocking off the last remaining undefeated National Football League team in the Philadelphia Eagles? Well, I'm going to be breaking it all down right here with my 3 keys to victory, so be sure to keep it locked on the Jags Fan Cave YouTube channel. Ultimately, first off, number 1, you have to find a way to convert in the red zone. You're talking about a team in the Jaguars that is 20th in the National Football League with 53% of their trips down there resulting in a touchdown. Look at week 1. Trevor overthrows Zay Jones. He overthrows ETN. And then ETN spikes the ball into the ground. That's 3 scores you could have had right there. But unfortunately, you don't get any of them. Then you look to week 2. They were very efficient against the Colts. But then week 3, once again, they did struggle early in the red zone where they were just settling for field goal after field goal. And it just seemed like the Jaguars' offense died every single time they got inside that 20-yard line. Ultimately, Trevor's going to have a good game, especially down in the red zone with the accuracy. You're going up against an Eagles defense that, yes, they are missing Avonte Maddox. Yes, Darius Slay is appearing on the injury report. But as a whole, this Jaguars offense is going to have a heavy task, and it's going to get even harder once that field gets compressed against a very, very talented Eagles defense, and especially an Eagles secondary that is ball hawking right now. I believe they're tied for 6th in the National Football League with interceptions. Now, my second key to victory is you have to feed James Robinson. James Robinson's a guy that's been featured on the channel a little bit this week. I've made another video about him. And the Eagles have a weak rushing attack. They do. They're a bottom half of the league team in run defense. They're allowing, I believe, 110 yards a game despite their loaded front 7. You know, Fletcher Cox, Jordan Davis, Kaiser White. All of these guys are very talented defensive studs, and they're still allowing over 100 yards per game on the ground. Now, James Robinson has been averaging 17 rushes a game, and he's been just hovering around 80 yards per game. I believe he's just under that. I think he's 230 on the season thus far. And if the Jaguars are going to be successful, they need to find a way to attack this Eagles secondary and this Eagles defense as a whole. One of the pores that you can absolutely exploit in this Eagles defense, the Jaguars are going to have to attack it, and they're going to have to attack it often. I'm expecting James Robinson to get 20 carries in this game. And if he eclipses 100 yards, I do think the Jaguars will be very successful on offense and at least be able to keep up with an Eagles offense that is looking to be a very, very good offense so far. Now, I'm not going to make it solely about the offense here for this Jaguars team. I had to have one for the defense, and it is absolutely, you have to limit the big play. Now, I don't just mean a deep ball. I don't just mean a long run. This Jaguars defense is going to have to focus on not letting momentum have big swings in the game. Don't allow big moments. That honestly should be it. Don't limit the big play. Limit the big moment. Jalen Hurts is a very mobile quarterback. You know, he's 3 rushing touchdowns thus far. He is going to try to escape the pocket on those 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 7s, try to convert with his legs, and you're going to have to limit those. But then you look at outside. You know, will Shaq Griffin play this week? You know, last week he didn't play. That's a big question mark. And then you look at A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. How are they going to be able to keep them under control to limit those big impact moments in the game? This Eagles team is going to have the fan base on their side. The Eagles fans are rabid. You know, if it wasn't for Bills Mafia, they might get the award for most rabid fan base. They were greasing light poles when they won the Super Bowl. So you're going to have to limit those plays, try to take the crowd out of it, make it just a quiet game for this Jaguars offense to work. That's going to be a massive thing that this defense has to focus on, is limiting the big moments. Now, the little cherry on top for me is the Eagles are one of the more penalized teams in the National Football League. You know, they're averaging 8 penalties a game. Now, you look at this Jaguars team last week, they had 2 penalties the entire game. A very early false start from Christian Kirk, and then I believe there's a minute left in the game. It was already a 30-10 blowout. Defensive holding call on Foye Oluokun in the end zone. So as a whole, very, very disciplined football throughout the game, and the Jaguars are going to absolutely need that as they're placing, like I mentioned earlier, the only undefeated team left in the league. If you want to knock them off the pedestal, you have to play disciplined football. If you want to win in the National Football League, you have to play disciplined football, and that is what they're going to need to do. That is just my little cherry on top. It's my little 4th key to victory. It's kind of a key to victory for every week. It's not specific to this game. You got to play disciplined football, but thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comment section below, what are your 3 keys to victory? I'd love to have that conversation with you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and go Jaguars.
How about them Jags?
Come on, Joe! Ah! Thank you, baby! Thank you! You making blood come from my damn mouth!